up with an answer. With a hockey stick? It doesn't help. Do you really think you're getting to the heart of the matter? Let's start again. Would you like to change your answers? Those are stress sorts of things. In nursing, we don't tend to ask those, but other businesses it's not uncommon. So I want you to know if someone uses that technique, keep your cool. They're simply trying to stress you. Chris Finn says, I understand you're trying to stress me. I'm stressed for this interview. What other questions might you have? Because I'm taking back control. And I'm thinking, remember, interviews is a two-way street. Not only are they interviewing you, you're interviewing them. Is this the place I want to be? If they're going to stress me out before I even get here, it probably went to the bottom of my desire to get a job list. Because I want somebody that's pretty nurturing, kind of caring. My little ego is not that wonderful. So I need some nurturing from the folks that I work with. So that may not be where I want to be. Technical interviews are more multiple choice type questions. So, and I always say for nursing, think competency-based testing. That's really what it is. Demonstrate how you would put in an NG tube. Okay, we go into the skills lab, we demonstrate that. What does sterile technique look like? They're very similar questions, just like NCLEX type questions. So all four answers are correct, but one is the best. Okay? In those situations, think safety. Think Maslow's hierarchy, because safety will always be the best answer. What's the most safe thing for the patient? So that's a technical sort of interview. And we don't tend to use those a whole lot. Phone interviews are very tricky. Phone interviews are designed for screening out. So I have 2 positions, and I have 100 applicants. I can't possibly interview everyone based on my time. So what we tend to do, we forget that HR, Human Resources, is an extension of that nurse manager. So there's some key things we're looking for. In this example, what I can tell you is Denver Health uses this very, very effectively. 100% of all of their first interviews are phone interviews. 75% of the applicants are eliminated based on that phone interview. So don't make the assumption, oh, it's just an HR person. I'll just kind of answer the questions. I actually suggest you dress up as if you're going to the interview, sit there with the phone as if you were on the interview, because you will think sharper. So don't blow them off. They're going to ask you, what makes you a good fit for our organization? What am I finding out? Did you even look at our mission vision? Do you know what kind of positions we have open? Do you know what our average patient looks like? How long have you been in the community? That's an unfair question. Questions you will not hear in an interview is, are you married? Doesn't make a bloody bit of difference. Do you have children? Don't really care. Do you plan to have children? Improper question. Can't ask it. So you can say, well, I'm not sure where you're going with this line of questioning. That's my normal thing. Not to say, this is illegal. But keep in mind, they cannot ask you those. If you want to share that, you can. I recommend that you don't. Why would you? Does it matter what I look like? Does it matter what age I am? Some of y'all are probably accelerated students, so this is your second degree. You're going to be a different student than someone who's 23 and a brand new traditional student. Is one better than the other? No. You're just different. Okay, so think about your highest asset. big words on telephone interviews is actually take them very, very seriously. Because most people self-eliminate by deciding, I'm an HR person. Now, that HR person is really critical. They're going to help you. Now, for the actual interview itself, number one, I say be prepared. Think about where you're going. Think about knowing something about the institution. But the question always is, what do I bring to the interview with me? Welcome to a changing profession. If you're interviewing at Children's Hospital in Denver, you must bring your portfolio. No good. Portfolio? Yes, you can create a portfolio. What does it have in it? Your resume, a cover page. What are your long-term and short-term goals? Anything that you would like to highlight about yourself. So maybe your service to community, that time you did on a mission trip, write that up. Flyers that you did in school, papers that were exceptional. Things I don't put in there is my transcript. It doesn't make a difference for getting a job. If you have a nursing license, where you sit in your class is not a fair question. That doesn't mean I'll be any better or worse nurse if I have an A or a B. That's just my personal bias. Okay? If you guys take any testing, if you guys take ATI or Hearst?
ATI.
Yeah. You don't need to put in all of those. Those are predictors for passing in class. They are not predictors for being a good nurse on the unit. So I take them out. Don't make it as a question. Well, you didn't do as well on that one. Okay. How's the student? Anytime you get a letter of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Commendation.
Commendation. Thank you. Oh, y'all are good, it sounds like. Put those in. Because families who take time to write that, that's really important to future employers to know that somebody thought enough about you to take the time to write those. As a student, you may not have any. That's okay. But as you go along, you probably will. Because you'll connect with. Have your letters of reference in there. Have some of them be someone who's seen you in the clinical area so that you can talk to that. Some of them can be your professors, instructors. That's fabulous. They can speak to that. And yes, you can have some from outside of healthcare altogether. Chris Finn was fabulous as a server at McDonald's. She showed up on time. She was engaging with the people that she served. We would rehire her in a second. Can I take that as a nurse manager and apply that to nursing? Absolutely. Does McDonald's have anything to do other than it has salt, fat, and sugar? They're main ingredients. No, but it's how you interacted. So it's that interaction with your patients and families. So we can pull that out. So yeah, if you haven't had a whole lot of jobs, that's okay. Don't let that stop you. You have strengths, very strong strengths. Other things to think about when you go on interviews, think about your appearance. What is going to be the average age of the manager interviewing you?
40 to 50.
40, 50, 60 on some of them. So am I likely if let's say, I'm going to be generous to myself, this is young. Let's say I'm a 45-year-old manager. Am I going to be real thrilled if you walk in with 6 different earrings, and pierced here and pierced there, and I keep clicking my tongue piercing on my teeth? What's going to be my general impression as a 45-year-old? I'm going to be like, really? So if I've got tattoos over here, guess what? I wear long sleeves. Right? Do I have them? Yes, I have. I can make any life choice I want. But remember,